have a 1790 tilt and turn tea table, square one, which is kind of unusual. You can tell immediately that the top has been refinished, and you can see why. The bottom has never been refinished. It's almost black. I don't know why they just did the top. It was done well over 100 years ago because it is shellac, and it is now beginning to crack and alligator, and you don't see the wood underneath as well. That wood is mahogany, and that piece of wood is one board. It's 29 inches wide. That's one board. A beautiful mahogany. Not sure if it's Honduran or Cuban. Could very well be Cuban mahogany. It was at a time when Cuban mahogany was at. There was still a small supply of it. And what makes this table unusual is it's square because it's a tilt and turn table. So when your guests come for tea and the hostess pours the tea, she'll put the cup on the table and she'll rotate the table so that the cup is serves the first guest. But if that guest has her waist up against the side, that point, like there, that point is going to hit her. So most of these were round. And I'll come and show you the back. I'll just turn this carefully here. And you can see what's called the birdcage, which was very expensive to make. So most of these tilt tables that turn like this were for tea. You could always buy a tilt table that didn't turn for your other needs, card table, breakfast table. And there's the nice carving, or the turnings, I should say. That's an urn. Like I said, this is about 1790. It's on pad feet, but the pad feet are almost worn. And somebody drilled holes underneath it, each snake foot, to put in casters. Those casters are gone. And so the pad feet are long. There's vestiges left. That's what you look for these antiques. Wear. A little bit of a crack or separation here, but in reality, really not too bad. There's your lock. And I'm not sure if you could see it, but that little hole there, that little, if I can point, there's a little slot right here. I'm not sure if that's showing up, and that's where you put the lock when you were done, when you were tilted the table down and had your guests and you didn't want to rotate it anymore. That's where you put a piece of wood to lock it. You could see the cleats. You can see a step there on this one has a step, that one has a step. When you go to the bottom, it's the same. What I mean by a step is here. If this will come in, right there is a step. That's Rhode Island. And Rhode Island did make square tilt and turn tables. And so this is a Rhode Island piece. And as I said, that's the birdcage. And you could see the sun's coming in. I thought I could use that light. The nice turnings and why it was so expensive to make these versus a block that was just allowing the table just to tilt. I'm not quite sure if you can see the shadow where the block would rise up to meet the lock. When they refinish this, you can't take that shadow out because it's deep in the wood. And when they refinish this, they use denatured alcohol. So all the wear, all the life of the piece is still here on the other side, of course. Mahogany. And you can see that's pretty black. It's really alligator cracked. They don't know why somebody would just refinish the top. Obviously, it's easier to take the top off and refinish it. So, but you could see the wood. I mean, that really is. Of course, you have the window pane. Nice wood. It's very bright out because we got snow here in New England and it's reflecting the sun more. So a nice tilt and turn table, 1790, maybe 1780 is very rare to have square. And it is a Rhode Island piece. And that's the whole thing. Thanks for watching.